This is my video on my favourite and least favourite versions of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and their side characters and villains. Enjoy. So, I'm just going to say my favourite version of Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like on-screen adaptations. The 1987 show is Donatello. He's fun, he's campy, I really like what they do, and I think they should return back to his inventor stuff, because in more recent ones, he's been more like nerdy and dark. I'm like also fan of anime, which I get why they did that. I just think if he was go back to the inventor stuff, like with what the 2012 series did, I think that would be really good. The one thing I'll say I wish was in 1987 Donatello is his anger issues, like he has in 2012. Besides that, nothing else really to say. My favourite version of Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 is just. Here's how I know he's my favourite before I get into why. It's the same reason people know Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are my favourite. When reading a comic, that's whose voice they think of. And, well, it's 2012 Raph, I think of Sean Astin's voice. It's what I think of when I read the Mirage comics with Raphael in them. It's Sean Astin voice I think of. Now, into why I like him. First, he's a bit of a prick. You know, he's a bully at first. And I like how they handle his anger issues, and I like that he has episodes where he's scared and he's emotional, and I like that. And it does feel like it's just a great mix of emotion and anger. And never anger is an emotion, but you know, like sad and fear. I like that they mix well with the other emotions they give him, and it's just really nice. Who is my favourite version of Michelangelo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Tough choice, because most of them are good. Well, who's my least favourite? Mutant Mayhem is probably my second least favourite, but my bottom of the barrel. For live action, because he's just a bit of a creep and I don't really like that. It's like, that's the one reason 2012 Donatello isn't my favourite. Anyway, so who's my favourite Michelangelo? 2012. I know I'm gonna end up saying this a lot. But I mean, lots of people say how great the 2003 show is, even though it's okay. Like, nostalgia plays a big part. And anyway, 2012, it's just, he's basically Beast Boy, but in Michelangelo's character, like, he's a mix of Surfer Boy, Michelangelo, and Beast Boy, and I just love that for him. It's like, perfect mix, and it's really cute. So, Leonardo, this is going to be quite interesting actually, because I know it's not there. It's a tie. I'm sorry, but I can't decide between 2012 Leonardo, particularly the one voiced by the guy from American Pie. Seth Green, you're great, but it's just, I feel like they needed to change Leo's design to match the voice. Just, I understand that they didn't really have a choice in firing him. It's just, you know, the guy from American Pie, his voice works so great for that design, you know? And I just do, like, with recasting, I understand it's hard, but I'd say Seth Green did a good job. It's just, his voice is a bit too deep for me, but still, so, first 2 seasons of Leonardo, and another thing, because I know for, like, the last few episodes, they got a guy to replace the guy from American Pie. Why didn't they just use that guy? And not, the one who was imitating the guy from American Pie instead of Seth Green. Seth Green probably was more famous because of Robot Chicken and It, so yeah, makes sense actually. But still. Anyway, so it's 2012 Leo, and the other one, I know we ain't got much of him, but Mutant Mayhem. Leo, I know it's not what you'd expect, but I like how dorky and weird they are. I like how they're just massive nerds and dorks. They just want to try to be cool, but they're not. And that's what I like in Leo, and it's fun, you know? And who's the worst Leonardo? 21 now. It's 2007 Leo. There's a reason people think he's the worst. That's probably why. Because he's such a dick. He's a dick. Like, he's not likable. He's basically a narcissist, and Leonardo should not be a narcissist. He just thinks he's better than Raph when he isn't. And with the 2007 movie, people say how great it is. It's not. Like, take off your nostalgia goggles and actually think about it. It's not great. Like, it's not. What happens in it? Oh yeah, there's that argument between Leo and Raph, which, yeah, that's a good scene, but one good scene doesn't make up for a shit movie. I'm sorry, but the rest of the film's bad. It is. It's uninteresting, boring, and repetitive, and the only good part of it is the reason that fight between Leo and Raph, the argument, that's what people focus on and why this movie's great. But that's the only good scene. It frustrates me that people say, oh, this fight is so much better than anything else in this compared to other turtle stuff when it's one scene. And that's how boring the rest of the movie is. You can't even think of any other scene that's that great. Who's the best version of Karai? It's 2012. 2012. Karai in 2012. It feels like what 2003 show, because I do commend it for what they did with Karai. I think that was really good. Like, I'll give them that. I like the show, it's just not my favourite. But I understand why people like it, okay? But with that version of Karai, it was like here's where it is, it's like, you know, the ground. And then 2012 Karai just builds off of that version, because with 2003, she is a bit confusing, like, they should have picked a side, or made it so that she only worked with the turtles when their interests aligned, or she was paid or something, like they do in the IDW comics. That's why I like 2012, because it makes sense. Like, and it is just the Shredder's, that she's the Shredder's daughter, all that stuff I really love. Like her, Splinter, Shredder, that whole storyline. Perfect, no notes. Do I want them to do it again in any other future Turtles stuff? Yes. I vote that it should be what we always have in Turtles. Like, that should be part of the lore. Like, the 2012, like, Splinter and Shredder's backstory. Maybe have that in every version. I don't know. We already have. I just think it's perfect, honestly. Now, any other thoughts? I just feel like, could she have done more? Like in season 4 and 5? Yeah. But when she was in the show, it made sense what they did with her. I just really like her, and it's a shame she only got 5 seasons, because, like, I know they finished their story with 4 seasons, yeah? But I could have seen Karai, like, as a new villain. That would have been really interesting. Or like an anti-hero, like Red Hood. That would have been interesting, but I'm happy with what we got, because some of the other shows, Bop and Rocksteady, Rhino and Pig. No, Pig and Rhino. Who's my favourite version? Bet you can't. 2012. Sorry. It's just, I really like what they do with that version, because it's like, I like that Bebop's skinny. Like, I like that they developed with human characters before turning them into people by Rocksteady. I like evil Russians. It's just really fun, and I like that they're gay. Is it canon? Yes. Would most people see it that way? No. Is it fun? Hell yes. And it's just compared to what the other versions, like, they're not in every version for one. And the other thing is, like, they're not always done the best. It's just, but I really like them, and there's not a bad version of them, so yay. Yay. My, I'm gonna do 2012 again, yeah. My favourite version of a Shredder is 2012 Shredder. The backstory, yes, I've mentioned that with Karivo, so I won't get into that, but it's the voice as well. It's the most intimidating voice I've ever heard, because the actor does a fantastic job. It's just, the voice carries it a lot. And I just like how he's imposing, and I like what they do with Super Shredder. And again, it's the voice, because the actor also played Joker, and his voice I really love from the Shredder. Now, I know I'm gonna have to mention this at some point. 2003 Shredder. I hate him. Now, I know that's an unpopular opinion because I know lots of people love that version. But for me, it's just Shredder should be a person, okay? I prefer it when Shredder's a person, not an alien. I think aliens and Shredder can work together, but they should be separate beings and villains. Is he cool? Yes. Does he look the best? Yes. Do I prefer the design? 2012? Yes. But is the design of 2003 better? Yes. And, but obviously I like his design, because, oh, I can't say it. Obviously I like the design. I have a toy. It's a good design. I just don't like the character. He's okay, but it's like, it's not my least favourite, but like, 2012 just does it so much better. And I feel like, because people grew up with 2003, they don't give 2012 as much as a shot. And with the Donnie and April stuff, I understand, but with the Shredder, you're messed up. 2012 Splinter is my favourite, just because I think he balances father and Sensei the best. His backstory again, won't go over it again, but the best, and it's just, he's the best. Yeah, he's the best. And I think more people need to realise that, and his favouritism parts, I like that it's not much, and I think Splinter should have favouritism, because like, it shows he's not perfect, and I want that from Splinter. Which one's my least favourite? It's a tie between 2007 Splinter and the live action Splinter. The Michael Bay live action, so you know. Like, I just don't like either of them. They're both really like, they're grating. And they show favoritism in a way where it's like the only thing, like for 2007, he shows favoritism, but how he shows it's like it's his only memorable trait. It should be a side thing. Like, what the fuck? And with 2015 Splinter, it's just, you know, it's the backstory. There needs to be a connection to the Shredder. And also, I don't know, he needs to somehow know ninjutsu in a way that makes sense. Either being a rat or being Hamato Yoshi, but not just being a normal rat that doesn't know Hamato Yoshi, which makes no sense. It's frustrating. That's why I don't like either of them. That's why 2012, since he's Hamato Yoshi, is at the top. April O'Neil. Who's my favourite? Well, that goes to the best version we've ever gotten. Which in my opinion is the 1980s show version. I just like how much it reminds me of like the Gale Weather. Lois Lane, you have this like cutthroat reporter who's going to do anything to get that story. That's what I like. Yeah, just that's what I like, and she's my favourite. Who's my least favourite though? Probably 2007, because like she's not really a character. And an honourable mention, like she nearly made the list at the top, but just barely. Megan Fox's version, and I know people give her slack for her acting, but I just can't say anything bad about Megan Fox. Like, I don't think I can. And it's like, if I was working for Michael Bay and he was being a total creep towards me, I'd act terrible just to spite him. And if you did that, applaud her. She does nothing wrong, and I know I'm a bit biased because I really like Jennifer's Body, and she was great in that film. It's just, she's amazing. And I can't say anything bad about her, really, I can't. Who's my favourite version of the one, Casey Jones? It's the 1980s version from the TV show, even though he's not in it much, and he doesn't have a relationship with April. The reason I love that version so much is just his over-the-topness, and also he's hot. Mainly he's hot. I know, but I mean, some people rank the movies version higher because they think he's hot, and also he's just so much fun. As one honourable mention, I'll have the 2003 version because I do think it's good. And who's the worst version of Casey Jones? The movie. Michael Bay ruined Casey Jones. He should not be a cop. I won't talk about this much because it's been talked to death. That's the worst version. The best version for me is the 80s show. Then for me, 2003 and 2012 Casey are tied. Then it's the movie version and then the other movie version. Okay? Bye. Favourite version? 2012. Least favourite version? The Drummer Shredder, I count it as Krang because it's the same alien brain thing that lives inside robot stomachs. Same thing. Just different name. Anyway, 2003 just didn't like that. You've already heard my thoughts on it. Anyway, with 2012, I just really enjoy what they do with Krang. Nolan North's performance is really funny. I just like that they're both funny and menacing. Like, they can be threatening and funny. Like that balance.